Today, we're diving into a feature that's super useful but kind of hidden in plain sight: variable layer height. If you've never touched this setting in Bambu Studio or Orca Slicer, well, don't worry, you're not alone. But by the end of this video, you're going to know what it is, why it matters, and how to use it to make your prints faster, smoother, and honestly, just a whole lot better. First, what is variable layer height? Imagine you're painting a wall. If the wall is big and flat, well, a big brush works great. You can move fast and cover a lot. But if there's a bunch of tiny details, corners, or textures, you're going to want a smaller brush to get the details right. Variable layer height is kind of like that. It lets your printer use thicker layers on flat or simple areas, and remember, faster equals less detail, and then it'll use thinner layers on curves or fine detail, which is slower but much prettier. It's one of the easiest ways to speed up your prints without sacrificing the look, especially for models like busts, figurines, curved vases, or anything with organic shapes. Basically, using variable layer height can do two big things. One, it can cut down your print time. And two, it can dramatically improve surface finish where it counts the most. You're basically getting the best of both worlds. Speed where it's possible, detail where it's needed. And now there are two main modes you're going to see when you turn this on: adaptive and smooth. So let's talk about each one of them. Adaptive mode is the smart one. The slicer scans your model and automatically adjusts the layer height across all those different sections. You can control how aggressive it is using the quality and speed sliders. Going to the left means slower speed, but more accuracy. That gives you a longer print time. Going to the right gives you lower quality, but a faster print with a slightly rougher surface. Think of it like when you're driving your car. You can speed up legally on straight, smooth roads, but when you have a curve or a speed bump, well, you better slow down. Next is smooth mode, and you're going to need to have used adaptive mode first. This is kind of an add-on that creates better transitions between different layers. You can click multiple times on smooth to get an even smoother curve effect. The radius slider, well, that makes the effective areas larger, which also helps make the curve a little smoother. Of course, this is going to affect your overall print time, so play with it and see what works best for you and your print. You may also notice on the right side of your slicer, there's a new area that goes from the top to the bottom and kind of has a weird squiggly line in it. You'll have to play with this, but it allows for more direct editing of the shape of your layer height profile. It's a little like sculpting the print settings along a curve. And this is super helpful when you know exactly where you want more detail, or if you just want to tweak those settings that the modes came up with. Now, does it always make prints better? Not necessarily. Here's a few things to keep in mind. It's not going to help much with very geometric or boxy parts. Those are typically already optimized with consistent layers. Also, it can create some minor artifacts, especially if the layer height changes are too aggressive in small areas. And it might not work well on functional prints where consistent layer strength is more important than appearance. So yeah, variable layer height is an awesome tool, but it's not going to be for every print. You also need to be aware that for whatever reason, when you use variable layer height, you can't use organic tree supports. And I'm guessing that it's probably due to all those different layer heights not quite being so organic.
Analysis verified. Not organic.
And if you know you're doing anything that's going to need a prime tower, well, everything on the build plate must have the same variable line height settings. One more thing I've noticed is that if you have a print with a lot of bumps and variations on the surface or a fuzzy skin, well, variable layer height can cause massive changes to your print time. Like this helmet I printed. It took about 32 hours just as it is, but when I put variable line height on it, well, it bumped that 32 hours up to 4.5 days. No thanks. To sum it up, variable layer height changes how tall each layer is based on the shape of your model. Use adaptive mode to let the slicer decide intelligently. Use smooth mode to fine-tune it a little bit more yourself. It can improve detail, cut print time, usually, and make your prints look cleaner without a whole lot of extra effort. But for boxy and functional prints, well, you're going to be better off sticking with a standard layer height. If you've never tried this setting before, give it a go. You might be surprised how much better your prints can look without adding any extra work. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to check out my other videos to get more help and information so we can all learn, create, and amaze.